What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is my review for AEW Dynamite on the Kaged match. We have February 5th, 2020. Start off with Jon Moxley versus Ortiz with Santana. You kind of already knew that Jon Moxley was going to go over. It was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. Everything you would expect from these guys. Jon Moxley gets the win. At the end, Santana... he attacks Jon Moxley after the match. You have got Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara on commentary. Jon Moxley gets the upper hand on Santana. Hits a paradigm shift on him. And then he grabs keys that are apparently Chris Jericho's keys. And he looks at Chris Jericho, who is on commentary, and he kind of points to his eye. He says an eye for an eye. And then he takes the key and he jams it into Santana's eye. So, really good start to the show. You've got all the big build up here for Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho. You got Moxley getting a little bit of revenge on the Inner Circle. So I thought it was really good. Then you get Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky taking on Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor. Of course, Christopher Daniels came out, at least on the rampway, for SCU, and Orange Cassidy's out there as well. Really good match all the way around. These guys tore the house down, to be very honest. These are just four incredibly talented guys. You knew it was going to be good. Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky get the win. There you go. At the end, the Dark Order comes out, and they start attacking everybody. And eventually, Christopher Daniels comes back down. And they don't attack Christopher Daniels. They try to offer him a mask again. They actually did try to offer before that. Before Christopher Daniels came down, they tried to offer Orange Cassidy a mask. Orange Cassidy just stuck his hands in his pockets. So the Dark Order beat him down too. Then you get an MJF promo after that, talking about what's going to happen later with him and Cody. We'll get into that. Then you have Britt Baker versus Yuka Sakazaki. Honestly, a really good match. Yuka Sakazaki, I was completely unfamiliar with. She really did good in this. She was really, really talented in the ring. She could fly around, do all the good, crazy stuff, but she had some good wrestling acumen, dude. She was just really, really fun to watch. And they gave Yuka the win, so I thought that was really cool. And then after the match, Britt Baker, of course, being completely pissed off and a heel, does a great looking attack on Yuka. She puts her mouth around the bottom rope and like kicks the back of her head, and her mouth is bleeding, and she spits out like this fake tooth. I thought that was really good. That was a nice touch, to be very honest. Really, really good looking. And then she puts the lockjaw on with her bloody mouth. So, yeah, it was a pretty good looking attack. Then you get Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny and the Lucha Brothers versus Adam Page, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks. And with all the talent in this ring, I mean, what do I even need to say? It was a damn good match. Absolutely crazy looking at times. Even Ray Phoenix, dude, I think it was Ray Phoenix. It was one of the Lucha Brothers. Just coming down to the ring, he steps on the top turnbuckle from the outside of the ring, and then just walks across the top rope to the other one, the other turnbuckle. I thought that was cool by itself. So yeah, dude, it was like the whole thing was just amazing, to be very honest. At the end of the day, the Butcher, the Blade, Lucha Brothers take the win because Adam Page didn't want to tag out and he was kind of being a diva. So after that, you have Kenny Omega. He's still in the ring. Pac. He comes on the Titantron and he's standing next to Rio. And so Kenny Omega is like, dude, you've got the match. You don't have to do anything. And then Pac says, dude, I might be a bastard, but I'm not a beast. And he walks away. And then Nyla Rose attacks Riho from behind. Puts her through a table, sort of. And so apparently Nyla Rose and Riho are next week. Then you get a Darby Allin package, real short, that just talks about, you know, he's having a hard time talking because they put the skateboard to the throat a couple of weeks back. And so, yeah, real short and sweet. But I do like they're kind of keeping up with that. Then you have Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford versus Joey Janela. This, I mean, it was a good match. It's kind of been 50-50 booking here, which I'm not always a big fan of. I'm almost never a big fan of, actually. But as usual, Penelope Ford, she gets involved. And this time, she was on the ring apron. Joe Janela hits her off the ring apron. And then Kip Sabian capitalizes, gets a roll-up, gets the pin, and runs out of the ring. After that, you have an Inner Circle promo package where Chris Jericho is talking about Moxley, of how he's going to get him back for what he did to Santana. And then Santana, he does his bit for the promo, and apparently these two are going to have a match next week. So, Santana versus Jon Moxley next week, both of them wearing eye patches. That'll be interesting. And then you have Adam Page and the Young Bucks. They're interviewing Adam Page, asking what happened in the ring during the match he had. The Young Bucks come out, and they're just really pissed off at him now. And I think essentially they were trying to say that he's an alcoholic, and that's what's wrong with him lately. So, whatever. And then you get a Dustin Rhodes package because Cody is supposed to take 10 lashes from a belt from MJF in order to face MJF later at Revolution. So, Dustin Rhodes was, saying you got this and whatever, and I don't know. Then you get the actual moment. MJF comes to the ring with Wardlow. Cody comes down, and it's essentially a long, drawn-out whipping of Cody Rhodes. He gets a belt, and he whips the hell out of Cody, and he does not hold back. And he'll hit him a time or two, and then stop, and throughout all of this, his Cody Rhodes friends and family come down, and they're trying to say, you don't have to do this, or you got this, whichever. Dustin Rhodes comes down, Brandy Rhodes comes down, a few people, Arn Anderson. And so Cody, every time he takes a whipping or two, he'll stand back up, and there you go. And it was a good segment. I like how they kind of told the story with it. Cody Rhodes being defiant in the face of MJF, even though he can't touch him. You can see how pissed off he is in his face. And it was really good. I really liked the end segment. At the end, MJF hits Cody with a low blow, runs out of the ring because Cody's friends and family are all there. So he runs out of the ring, goes up through the fans, and a fan actually attacks MJF at the top of the stairs. And so you kind of get a very short clip of MJF and Wardlow beating the shit out of this dude. So that was kind of funny, and that's how they ended the show. So it was actually a really good Dynamite. I really love how they started off with Moxley and Chris Jericho, and Moxley hitting Santana in the eye as payback. I really like how they closed the show. The Cody Rhodes and MJF bit I thought was really, really good. You had some great matches in between. I really like Yuka Sakazaki. I thought she did really good. SCU versus Trenton Chuck was really good. The Omega Pac, Riho, Nyla Rose bit, I thought, it worked. It was working into something. So yeah, man, everything really fit in here. I was really happy with it. So I am going to give this a 9 out of 10. I really liked it, man. It was a good show. I really was kept in, just really drawn into everything that was happening. So 9 out of 10, dude. Let me know what you guys think about AEW in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz, Kaged Nation. Out.